Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel. We must continue to set the record straight, guys. Stop the lies, stop the narratives. Hold these guys to the standard. Stop them from rewriting the history, man. We must continue to do this. And in this video, we're going to talk about LeBron James and Jerry West versus a Jerry West. Because I did that video yesterday, and everyone's been shouting out Jerry West, but the LeBron James fans continue to be the most disgusting fan base in the history of sports. And you had all these Jerry West haters, all these LeBron James fans. Remember, LeBron James fans are only fans of LeBron James, not the fans of the NBA or its history. But you had a lot of LeBron James fans coming on my comments talking about, oh, Jerry West won 8 in the finals, but you say he's top 10. Oh, but LeBron James, you say he's not top 10. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's crying. They don't understand the difference because they don't know the history of the NBA. They don't know Jerry West. They don't do their homework. So we're going to break it down in this video. Why Jerry West 1 and 8 is nowhere near as nowhere near on the level of LeBron James 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals, guys. And we're going to talk about their careers as a whole. And once again, why to me, Jerry West will always be a top 10 player and why he gets the respect over a LeBron James, guys. We'll talk about in this video. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states, man, that's been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, truly, truly humbled by all the support, man. It means a lot. Thank you to everyone out there. Your comments, liking my videos, subscribing to my channel. Thank you, guys. The true basketball fans are standing up. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos, they're for educational purposes. And let's roll. Excuse me for a second here, guys. Yes. So, yes, guys, we're going to talk about this Jerry West versus LeBron James, man, because like I said yesterday, a lot of the LeBron James fans came out the woodworks, as they always do whenever they, see something or they see or they hear something they don't like. They must come out the woodworks. And I had some LeBron James fans in the comments of my Jerry West video, and I told you guys, LeBron James showed fake love to Jerry West, man. He never loved Jerry West. He never talked about Jerry West. He wasn't a mentor. Jerry West was not a mentor of his. Once again, it's all lip service from LeBron James. But you had the LeBron James fans in my comments, and I told you guys, Jerry West will always be in my top 10. I told you guys, Jerry West is a top 10 player to me, and I have him in my top 10. And to me, once again, I've told you guys, I'm not saying that Jerry West has to be in your top 10, and if you don't have him there, then you're an idiot and you don't know basketball. I've never said that. To me, Jerry West is worthy of being a top 10 representative of the NBA's history. And I've also told you guys on this channel, the way my top 10 is not like most top 10s. It's not a strict 1 through 10. It's Michael Jordan and then everybody else. The other 2 through 10 guys, I don't care where you have them. It doesn't even matter if some of the guys you don't have in your top 10. To me, there's about 10, 15, maybe 20 guys that you could consider for a top 10 spot in NBA's history. And a lot of us have the same, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 names that come up. It's usually the same kinds of names. My list is a lot different, though, because a lot of guys don't have a Dr. J in their top 10. They don't have a Jerry West in their top 10. I have Akeem Olajuwon in my top 10. I have Tim Duncan in my top 10. So when we think about things like this, many people do not have these kinds of players in their top 10. But when we focus just on the Jerry West aspect, to me, Jerry West is legit. He's an all-time great, a legend, right? On and off the court. The man always carried himself with the class, the honor, the integrity, which is why he's respected by so many people. A true legend, Jerry West, a true competitor. This is the key here, a true competitor. He's a much greater competitor than LeBron James has ever been. So when people start to come in the comment section and they try to knock Jerry West for being 1 and 8 in the NBA Finals versus LeBron James 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals, the first thing that we must understand is, once again, Jerry West was a true competitor. A true competitor, right? So what does that mean? Jerry West did not team hop. He couldn't do those things back in the 60s, right? Jerry West didn't join the Boston Celtics, right, and win with them. No, Jerry West kept coming back year after year after year on the Los Angeles Lakers. Him and Elgin Baylor, man. right? The two-man show on the Lakers, right? Battling every year and then coming and going against the legendary Boston Celtics. You know, when we talk about Bill Russell and we talk about the great players that he played with, this who Jerry West and Elgin Baylor were going against. Jerry West was battling against these guys, battling against the Hondo Havliceks, Bob Cousy, Bill Russell, Bill Sharman, right? All these guys, Tommy Heinsohn, Sam Jones, the great players on the Boston Celtics, led by Red Auerbach. Jerry West was going against that team, right? They won 11 championships, guys. 11 championships. Those Celtics teams. Jerry West was battling against that dynasty year after year after year, and he did not team hop. But once again, he couldn't form a dynasty form a super team in that era. There was no guys, right, requesting trades off of their teams and forcing themselves onto the Lakers, right? When Wilt Chamberlain came along with Jerry West, these guys were already pretty much past their primes. Not saying that they weren't still great players. They were still great players, right? But at the same time, this was not Wilt Chamberlain in 1962 playing with Jerry West in 1962, right? I believe that they didn't get together to what? The 69 season? So you're talking about, you know, like I said, towards the tail end of their careers and the back end of their careers. So that's something we have to think about as opposed to a LeBron James, right? When LeBron James is joining Dwayne Wade in his physical prime, LeBron James is in his prime, right? At his peak, joining Dwayne Wade. Still at his peak. Chris Bosh, still at his peak. So you formed a super team, and once again, we must think about this a little bit deeper. LeBron James getting rid of his competition in the Eastern Conference. You took the best player off of the Cleveland Cavaliers, which was LeBron James, and you took the best player off of the Toronto Raptors, which was Chris Bosh. So you automatically weaken those teams in your own conference, making it your road to the finals so much easier, right? Much more easier than Jerry West in the competition he was going against. And oftentimes people will say what? Oh, back in those days, they only had 8 teams, or they only had 10 teams, or 14 teams, or whatever the case may be. Once again, when you have less teams, that means that the star players are more condensed on certain teams, right? So you had more good players on each team because there was less teams to spread the talent out, right? That's the 90s. That's what we're talking about, the 90s. The 90s, the talent was spread out across all the teams. It's called parity, right? But they'll say it's watered down. No, it wasn't watered down. That's the way sports are supposed to be. You don't want all the players on one team, all the great players on a couple of teams. That's how it was, especially if you think about the 80s. You had all the great players, all the powerhouses. There were like 4 or 5 teams in the entire NBA that was powerhouses. Everybody else was average. So when we think about that alone, and we talk about LeBron James and the 4 and 6 and Jerry West 1 and 8, what do I often tell you guys? Jerry West, once again, the reason why LeBron James 4 and 6 is highlighted more for him than a Jerry West, as far as being a more losing than winning, is because everything I just highlighted. Jerry West couldn't form the super teams, things of that nature. So when we think about LeBron James, this is what exposes him. You lost more than you won, even though the odds were in your favor. They were in his favor. Every single season, everyone was picking the Boston Celtics to win the 60s. They were the team to beat. But when you look at LeBron James' career, more often than not, LeBron James teams are the favorite going into the season, and they still underperform, they underachieve, and they don't win the championship. Where was LeBron James in 2009, 2010, 2011, when his teams were heavily favored to win? Nowhere to be found, right? Same thing in 2015, they were the favorites. 2014, they were the favorites. 2016, they were the favorites, guys. 2017, they were the preseason favorites to win again. All those years. So once again, it shows you, and this is why we highlight LeBron James losing, because you put the odds in your favor, you stacked the deck, right? You manipulated rosters. In all of those moves, you still lost more than you won. Jerry West had to keep battling against the legendary Celtics year after year after year, right? So once again, Jerry West didn't have the odds in his favor, but yet and still, he became known as a clutch time performer. He became known as Mr. Clutch, as a true competitor, a true professional that the other legends of his era respected. Once again, when you hear the way they talk about Jerry West, this man was respected because he went out there and he gave it his all. He gave the effort. And Jerry West was a two-way player. This is another reason why Jerry West will be in my top 10 always. He's one of the great two-way players in the history of the game, guys. I want you guys to think about something. LeBron James has been in the NBA for 21 seasons now, right? Just completed his 21st season. He's made 5 all-defensive first teams and 1 all-defensive second team for a total of 6 all-defensive teams in his career in 21 years. Really not that impressive when you think about it, especially when they talk about LeBron James, his athleticism, and all of these things, right? He's this great all-world athlete, but yet still, he doesn't seem to give that same effort, the consistency on the defensive end. So he makes 6 all-defensive teams in 21 seasons. Now let's contrast that to a Jerry West who gave the effort, who was known as a two-way player. Jerry West made, I believe, 4 all-defensive first teams and 1 all-defensive second team in his career. So 5 all-defensive teams, except, here's the caveat, guys. They did not start giving out the all-defensive teams until he was 30 years old, until I believe his 8th or 9th season in the league. In the league. So essentially, Jerry West made almost the same amount of all-defensive teams. He made 5. Almost the same amount as LeBron James is 6. In literally half the seasons. Not even half the seasons. He did all of that in 6 seasons. He made 5 all-defensive teams in 6 years. So, because remember, those are the only years they were given out. So all the other years that he played, those first 9 years of his career, they weren't even giving that recognition out for the all-defensive teams. Remember, it didn't come into play till the 1968-69 season. And he made second team all-defense that year, and then followed that up with 4 straight all-defensive first teams. And I believe the last year of his career, he only played 30 games, he had an injury or whatever, and did not make an all-defensive team. So you see how that exposes LeBron James versus a Jerry West. Jerry West made almost the same amount of all-defensive teams in half the time of LeBron James. He made 5 in 6 years. LeBron James has made 6 in 21 seasons. 21 seasons. That exposed LeBron James and the two-way play of LeBron James not being as consistent, not giving the effort like a Jerry West did. So that exposes LeBron James versus Jerry West to me right there. Jerry West more potent on the offense and the defensive side of the ball at the same time. To me, Jerry West, a much more potent offensive player. A much more potent offensive player. Jerry West, I believe, averages 27 points a game, once again playing in an era where it was very physical, where guys were allowed to hand check you with 2 hands. They could push you. Back in the 60s, guys in the 50s, they could do all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I said, the rules were enforced. Guys couldn't carry the ball. They couldn't travel all over the court, right? He didn't get the benefit like LeBron James does in this weak, soft era. Jerry West was battling against some of the great big men, the Bill Russells, the Will Chamberlains, the Nate Thurmans, right? The Willis Reeds. These are some of the great big men that Jerry West was battling against. Like I said, going against some of the legendary teams, man, going against guys like Oscar Robertson, like I said, the Bill Russells, the Will Chamberlains, going against the Bob Pettits, some of these other great players. Once again, in an era where it was a lot more physical, and they didn't have the advantages like LeBron James had today. So the overall offensive game of Jerry West, give me Jerry West way above LeBron James. LeBron James can't shoot. Jerry West was known for the pull-up jump shot, for his jumper, the smooth stroke of Jerry West. The man could be off the dribble, boom, and just pull up on you. LeBron James ain't got that. LeBron James' jump shot is not like that, man. If I need a last-second shot, give me Jerry West over LeBron James any day. Jerry West is also known as Mr. Clutch. Is LeBron James associated with being clutch like a Jerry West? No. So once again, LeBron James is exposed right there. To me, I'll take Jerry West for a last-second shot. He's more clutch. He has better leadership than LeBron James. So I know he's going to galvanize the players. Right? He's going to galvanize the troops. LeBron James went to all these finals, but once again, he needed all this help. All these trades, all these free agents over the years. Jerry West did not have that advantage. So give me Jerry West's leadership way above LeBron James. Jerry West wasn't walking off the court early after another loss to the Boston Celtics. Think about how frustrating that must have been for Jerry West. And you heard stories about Jerry West because he was such a true competitor. Losing over and over again to the Boston Celtics almost drove this man insane. But him being a true competitor, he kept coming back. LeBron James, could you imagine LeBron James losing over and over and over again? Because he did that, and what did he do? He left. He left Cleveland. He went to Miami. Jerry West didn't leave the Los Angeles Lakers after losing continuously to the Boston Celtics, his arch rival. He kept coming back. So once again, Jerry West shows he's a true competitor, not like LeBron James. LeBron James always looking for a shortcut. not Jerry West. Jerry West wasn't walking off the court in the Celtics. He wasn't refusing to shake their hands. He wasn't pointing the finger at Elgin Baylor, screaming at his teammates on the bench. They weren't doing these things. Jerry West was always talked about as having class and integrity, respecting the game. LeBron James has cheated the game. But LeBron James fans will come in my comment section and try to tear down Jerry West on the day he died by saying Jerry West was 1-8 in the finals. How could he be above LeBron James? You sound crazy. Blah, 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 blah. I just broke it down to you guys simply, man. Jerry West is a greater all-around player than LeBron James, guys. Those are just the facts, man. Those are just the facts. Does anybody know what LeBron James' career high in rebounds is? I believe his career high in rebounds is 20. I believe one time he cracked 20 rebounds. You know what Jerry West is? 23 rebounds. Jerry West had 23 rebounds in an NBA game. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. At 6'3", 180 pounds, Jerry West out there hustling. Not like LeBron James. LeBron James can't rebound. He can't rebound. Dude is that big, 6'9", 260, averaging 7 rebounds a game for his career. That's poor. Jerry West's numbers are pretty much 27, 6, and 6 for his career, guys. The man had great playmaking ability, right? He was a point guard / shooting guard, but most people consider him a shooting guard. But he had the playmaking ability, the ball handling ability, and once again, the overall game, to me, on the defensive end, Jerry West was more consistent. He gave that effort on the defensive end way more consistently. He made 5 all-defensive teams in the 6 years that they were giving it out during his career. Remember, the first 8, 9 years of his career, they weren't giving it out. So this man probably would have been 10, 11 times all-defensive team. LeBron James can never sniff a 10-time all-defensive team. The man's been in the league for 21 years. They've given out the all-defensive first and second team his entire career, and the man made 5 all-defensive firsts, 6 all-defensive teams in total, but he's supposed to be this all-crazy, all-world athlete? Don't add up, guys. Once again, LeBron James has not made an all-defensive team in his 30s. Let's think about Jerry West now. All of Jerry West's all-defensive teams are in his 30s. Remember, the first 9 years of his career, there were no all-defensive teams. The first year they did this was he was 30 years old, guys, in the 69 season. So every one of Jerry West's all-defensive teams came in his 30s. 31, 32, 33, 34. LeBron James hasn't sniffed an all-defensive team in his 30s. Not once. But they want to talk to you about LeBron James and how his finals record compared to Jerry West. It's a joke, man. Once again, I respect Jerry West as a true competitor, man. I'm never going to put LeBron James up there as a true competitor. He don't got the respect. He ain't got no class, no honor. He didn't play for the love of the game. Jerry West played for the love of the game. He wasn't making millions of dollars. These guys play for the love of the game, to compete, to be true competitors. So for all the disgusting, terrible LeBron James fans out there, once again, you're not fans of basketball. You're only fans of LeBron James, and you expose yourselves daily. Coming in my comment section, trying to tear down Jerry West on the day he died, trying to make it seem like his finals record is not as good as LeBron James. And how can I put Jerry West in the top 10? Once again, it's not all about the championships. I've never once ever said that Michael Jordan's the greatest of all time just because he's 6-0 in the finals, because he has 6 championships. There's many, 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 many other things I've told you on this channel about Michael Jordan and surrounding his career and a lot of the other all-time great players and what they can do on both sides of the ball, the consistency of the effort they gave, the way that they carried themselves throughout their career with the integrity, the honor, the class, the love of the game they played with. LeBron James ain't exhibit none of this stuff. He's out there playing for the money and the fame, and we all know he's been cheating the game. All know he's been doing this. The only people who don't know this are his fans, his supporters, the LeBron James apologists, the media, these clowns out here on YouTube with these LeBron James channels, these fake NBA fans. Remember, they're never fans of the NBA or basketball, guys. So give me Jerry West over LeBron James any day. Once again, I'm not saying that you have to have Jerry West in your top 10. And I'm not saying that anyone who doesn't have Jerry West in their top 10 doesn't know basketball. I'm just saying for me, what I know about Jerry West, what I know about the NBA's history, to me, Jerry West is worthy of being in a top 10 player of all time, guys. Those are just the facts to me. Like I said, when you break down his career, the competitive nature, his overall game, like I said, man, the dude was battling against the Celtics year after year after year, man. Just kept coming back. I respect Jerry West for that, man. And like I said, what he meant to the game overall, his lasting legacy. I mean, he could be the greatest general manager in the history of the NBA. The guy had an eye for talent. He had a high IQ, man. He knew the game. To me, like I said, for him being in the top 10 is not a stretch. And for any of these LeBron James fans who try to question Jerry West's finals record, once again, you do not know the history of the game, man. All right? Jerry West did not have the opportunities that LeBron James had in his career. LeBron James had all these benefits, all the odds in his favor so many times, and he came up small many, many times. Once again, he's not the competitor of a Jerry West. He's not. He didn't play both sides of the ball like a Jerry West. His overall offensive game ain't like Jerry West. Is he a greater athlete than Jerry West? Yeah, no doubt about it. But back in them days in the 60s, Jerry West was one of the great athletes of his era. He was. The quickness, his ball handling ability, his jumping ability. He was a great athlete. He had a great motor. So shout out to Jerry West. Once again, rest in peace to Jerry West and all the LeBron James fake fans. Y'all could go to hell. Y'all ain't worth a damn. This is why y'all ain't got no videos and keep crying in my comments, man. Don't ever try to disrespect Jerry West or the past greats by saying some nonsense that you don't know nothing about. You guys don't know the game. Just talk about NBA from 2010 to now. That's all you guys know. None of you guys know anything about the NBA before 2010. None of y'all. You guys sound stupid every time you speak, man. Jerry West is a legit legend, man. Much respect to him. Shout out to his family, man. Once again, you guys know the deal on this channel, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.